Beautiful Wednesday, man. We right smack dab in the middle of the week. So blessed to be alive. So thankful to be, you know, just able to get to it every single day. Every single morning, we have an opportunity to change our lives. Every single day, we have an opportunity to talk to God and invite God in our lives to help us become the best person that we could possibly be. Welcome back to the Daily Dose, the number one daily morning mastermind for those trying to elevate and grow in your personal, professional, spiritual, and entrepreneur lives. Let's hop right into it. Verse of the week, Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. God is with us through every single thing. God wants us to understand there's no reason to be afraid. We can go through all life circumstances and know that we got the power of God, we got the strength, and we got the support of God. It's like when you a kid and you tackling something for the first time, it's nothing like your mama or your dad being right there, like encouraging you and letting you know that you got it. And that's what God is saying. That's what God is saying. He got us throughout our whole life that he'll help us. You know what I'm saying? And when you have that support from the ultimate supporter, man, you gotta tap into that confidence, tap into that higher level of energy, and tap into the greatness that you are able to become. Every single day we have a chance to be great. So let's just do it. Business topic for today. We're going to be talking about building social equity, right? Building social equity. So what exactly even is like social equity, right? What does that mean? We heard people talk about it. Well, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, especially in the nonprofit space. But social equity is basically helping to ensure justice and fairness in society, right? That's the basis of social equity in a general sense. You have making sure that every group is included in certain decisions, is included in the opportunities that are happening in the world, right? So why is this important to business? Like, why does this matter? Why am I talking about this from a business standpoint? It's because whenever you can be a voice in your community and in the world to advocate for marginalized groups, that increases your social equity, right? And now let's rewind it back a little bit and think about what equity is. In a general sense, equity is the amount of value that you have between what you what something is worth and how much you have left to pay on it. So that house is an easy example. If your house is worth $200,000 and you only owe $100,000 left on your house, then you have $100,000 worth of equity. So when you translate that to that social equity, it's like, okay, the value of the people that I'm able to help versus the value of the people or my value like being put out into this world, which then again is translating to how valuable I can be, which results into how valuable my business can be. Right. So we got to make sure that we're getting out there, we're talking to people, we're building our network. This is so important in business because if you're not standing for something, you'll fall for anything, right? We all heard that. And you got to make sure that you stand on principles and values, especially in your business, because without that, um, you just won't have no backbone. You won't have no basis to stand on, and people won't really know what you support. And yes, you want to support everyone, and that's the whole point. That's what we're talking about, social equity. You shouldn't discriminate based on whatever the case may be, right? There's we have many reasons that we may want to discriminate, but when it comes to business, when it comes to being the best person, the best business CEOs that we can be, we can't discriminate. We have to advocate for success over the broad court, the broad uh, general public, right? Other businesses, other groups of people, things like that. So the first thing, how we improve our social equity is number one, examine our biases. We all have bias. We all have lean towards one way or another, right? We examine those. Um, really want to take a deep look at ourselves and see why we're biased, what makes it what makes one group stand out to us, what makes one group want us to discriminate against them one way or another. Really examine those biases and see if it's coming from a what place that's coming from. Is it just coming from disdain, dislike, disrespect, um, whatever the case may be? Just examine your biases, and it's not going to be quick. Like you're just going to be like, oh, I don't. I'm just gonna let all my biases go, or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, you want to be able to suppress your biases enough for your business to thrive and flourish, right? But that's the main reason, right? Working on yourself is one thing as far as not discriminating against people, but when it comes to business, you gotta let that stuff go, man. You gotta understand how to interact and work with every single person, right? That's the main thing. Number two, challenge your surroundings. Who are the people that you are around? What are the environments that you're putting yourself in? Can you go to any type of event or environment and, you know, sell your product, tell people about who you are and what you are, and not offend anybody, right? Challenge your surroundings, elevate yourself, step out of your comfort zone, support diverse businesses. There might be a business that is something that you might never would have supported in the first place because you always go to the same place for whatever the case may be. Support different businesses because a lot of different people are creative, a lot of different people are doing different things, and we want to make sure that we are giving access and opportunity to those people. And the main thing doing that, it just circles all back around, right? When you go out of your way to make sure that you're helping, supporting, advocating for other businesses, the same energy is going to return back to you. You're going to get welcomed, you're going to get more customers, and you're going to get people advocating on behalf of you and your business, right? Volunteer some of your time. Go out into the communities, right? Go out into the communities, do the things that you might want to do to help the community, right? That's the main thing. You want to make sure that you are out here maintaining a good image, but not being fake at the same time. So go out and actually do the work, volunteer your time to help, do some work, whatever the case may be. Or you can donate, right? Donate to charities that you have a cause or that you feel strongly about, charities that are doing the work for causes that you feel strongly about. Donate to them, give some of your money, and just show that support. And lastly, use your platform. If you have a storefront, maybe put some signs up. If you have a podcast, talk about some of the issues you've seen so far. YouTube channel, anything. Just use whatever type of platform. Just regular Instagram posts. If you don't even have any of that, or Facebook posts, like use your platform to advocate for the things that you want to see in the world, the things that you want to help change, and the things that you think will help create a better ecosystem, especially in the business environment, right? So it's super important for us to understand social equity and how it pertains to business and how it pertains to growing our business and increasing our livelihood. So we'll tap into the self development topic of the day. And it's going to be talking about what you put in is what you get out. Basically, you reap what you sow, right? And so when it comes to that, we got to understand that we need to do everything as if we're doing it for God. We cannot just be out here cutting corners. We cannot be out here, not giving a 120%. We need to do everything, no matter if you hate your job, no matter if you love your job, no matter if you feel like your job is meaningless, no matter if you don't feel like helping somebody do something. If you agree to do something and you're in the process of doing it, do everything as if you're doing it for the Lord. What you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. Increase your value, right? Take the time to increase the value that you are able to give somebody. Think about what the other person needs. Listen, right? Be attentive, be aware of what another group needs so that you can take the time to increase your value and uh become the best version of yourself. Increase your work ethic. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, working harder does not mean that you will be making more money. But at the same time, we need to have a strong work ethic established so that we don't quit and give up at the easiest or at the earliest opportunity. As soon as something gets hard, we are giving up. We don't want to do that. So we got to make sure we increase our work ethic that we can push through when things get tough. Recognize your mistakes and learn from them. We're going to be working hard. We're going to be increasing our value. We're going to be doing everything at our optimal at an optimal rate. We want to make sure that we're doing things the best way that we could possibly do them. But at the same time, even when we're trying to be our best, we're gonna make mistakes sometimes. So we got to remember that, and we got to understand that mistakes will get made. We have to recognize those mistakes, and we have to learn from them so that we can capitalize on that. And then lastly, hold yourself accountable. If you say you're going to do something, then do it, right? If you say that you are going to do something, you need to make sure that you do it and you hold yourself accountable and you deliver on what you said you were going to do. So make sure that you do that. And this is how you can get out of something what you put into it in a very extremely positive way. You want to put in all the right things. It's just like a recipe. You put in the right ingredients, you mix them up together, you put in the right amount, the end result is going to be fantastic. And that's exactly what you want to do when it comes to your personal life, your business, and all your relationships, right? You put what you put in is what you get out. So that'll wrap it up for today. Hope this bless you. And we'll be right back at it tomorrow morning on Thursday at 7 a.m.